Someone who definitely has at least me excited is Chet Holmgren, and
Yes.
he looks awesome. He looks incredible. Yes, I know Kenneth Lofton had a really good game against him. Um, that Kenneth Lofton game didn't really surprise me, and I think it was just that he was kind of a lesser known recruit based, in the mainstream. And anytime Chet gets moved or anything like that, it's always going to spark all of, oh God, he's skinny, what a bust, this guy can't play. But everything he does he does at a high level. So I've just been really impressed with him so far.
He looks awesome. Him and Paulo look fantastic.
Yeah.
And I even think a lot of people are jumping on Jabari. And I think Jabari's looked good. And I'm not talking about the shooting. I think I'll get to Jabari in a second.
Yeah.
Let's focus on Chet. But because I have actually, like, Rockets fans, if you're listening, I promise this is a good thing for Jabari. But Chet, man, gosh, he looked good. I mean, he just looks unreal. It's guys are going at him. Metcalf, it's the same thing we watched all year evaluating him. Guys are going at him because they're like, you're skinny. I'm going at you. What's the hype all about? And he's just like, fine, let's go. Let's tango. And, I was listening to Russillo and Bill Simmons the other day, and Russillo brought up a point. He's like, eventually guys are going to, when they get to the NBA and it's veterans, guys are just going to stop going at him. But I was also like, Chet's going to know that. And you just watch him on the court and in person. And me and Albert were pumped because we're like, we watched him before. Let's see if what we saw translate. And Albert and I kept looking at each other like, all right, we feel pretty good about it. Like, because he's flying all over the place. He's got some swagger. He's got some blocks. I've just been in awe. I think he looks exactly like what we're expecting. And it's going to be awesome because it looks like we potentially have a two-headed monster debate moving forward of Paulo and Chet. And I think Jabari will eventually get into that where it's like dealer's choice. What do you prefer? And everyone's going to debate, back and forth about that. But yeah, Chet's looked outstanding. He's been so competitive. He's just carried himself like he's like, I know I'm the guy. I know I'm good. I know we got something special going here, and Thunder fans should be pumped up. I thought that whole team is looking very fun. Presti, he was walking through that gym. He had a little extra pep in his step. He was just like, yeah, I had a good haul. We have a good future going.
Yeah, and what I love is that the Chet's defense, I feel like it looks exactly how it looked at Gonzaga. He's doing the same kind of stuff. Yes, he's inviting contact, but he's, ushering these guys into places where they can't do anything. So all of the defensive stuff, I'm like, yeah, okay. What has really, thrilled me about his summer league so far is what the offense has looked like. And all year we were saying, God, I think he's just scratching the surface. There's more passing there. There's more shooting. There's more on-ball creation. And he showed that. He's shown, driving from the perimeter, these mid-range step-back fadeaways, the transition three, shooting off the catch, shooting off the dribble, taking guys to the rim. Yes, he looks a little awkward because of how long and skinny he is when he attacks, but he's doing all of that stuff in a bunch of different ways that he wasn't allowed to do at Gonzaga when he was their fourth scoring option.
His efficiency has been absurd. I don't care what advanced numbers might tell me, but like he's having games where he's taking 10, 11 shots, and just dominating like all over the place. I also like he's been playing so damn hard in summer league, and it's like he's hitting the glass on the offensive side of the ball. He's trying to make these effort plays to create possessions, keep possessions alive. He's working his ass off. And this is exactly what you like to see in summer league. It's like a guy that's playing as hard as possible because he's just like, I don't care what level it is. We're hooping. And he's just a competitor. And that's what we've been saying about Chet all year is everyone's been pointing about like, oh, how skinny he is. But it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not just that. It's also like this dude is a grinder. He is a competitor. He's going to bring it every game. And we're seeing that. I thought some of the flashes offensively have been awesome. His playmaking's been awesome. He's just looked really damn good. And it's not a guy that's just like Paulo's look great because you just see the firepower offensively.
Right.
Chet's look great because he's seeing the floor on both sides and doing everything he could do to make an impact. They both look special. And I'm excited to keep watching Chet because I really do think, like, boy, he looks like it. And Paulo looks like it. And so far, Metcalf, I mean, yeah, Holmgren's just been unreal. I can't put words into it, but like he's going to be a phenom his whole rookie year, and Paulo is too.
Yeah, it's the great case of where the first 2 picks feel like they should be the first 2 picks, and it's not like, oh my god, like, oof, they took him at number 2, or it's like, God, they just missed out on that guy at number 1. So it's neither of these teams I think are going to regret or be disappointed with either Paulo or Chet. And I don't think the Rockets will be disappointed with Jabari. We'll get to him later. But Jalen Williams is another guy who has been so impressive. And it's exactly what we were saying all season, his ability to play on or off ball, the basketball IQ and the passing on that Thunder team is going to be so impressive. What has really surprised me about Jalen Williams is how much more athletic he looks. I know what he tested at the combine, and that caught me off guard. But then it's like, okay, well, some guys just test really well, but they don't really implement it into live games as much. He's implemented it. Every cut, he's dunking, and big time. It's stuff that he didn't really show at Santa Clara, or at least that I didn't see at Santa Clara. So maybe I missed a couple games where he was doing that, but it felt like his more prominent on-ball role kind of diminished how athletic he was in college. And now he's showing that with how effective he is in transition and cutting and just getting in the lane and then finishing above the rim, which is something I really didn't expect from him.
I mean, I'm going to get a little crazy here, but I think he's looked like one of the best players in this draft. And I know I know people are going to be like, what the heck are you talking? He looks like he's going to play in the league for 15 years. I've been just so impressed, and it's not box score chasing with him. If you just watch his impact on the court, I got a little fun story. So was it the Rockets game? Whatever. We're sitting watching the Thunder game. I think it was Thunder Rockets. Everyone was hyped up to watch that one. We were like, we got there early, the whole No Swings crew, and we sit in front of like a group of 4 younger kids or whatever. And Jalen Williams' first run of the game, he ends up coming out. He hadn't scored yet when he gets subbed out. And someone behind me was like, I think that Jalen Williams is going to be the biggest bust in the draft. And I was just like,
Don't fight him.
You want a war? You got a war. Like, I was like, all right, here we go. I mean, this is J-Dub, friend of the program. So I was like, all right, here we go. And I'm watching the rest of the game because I'm like, hey, I trust everyone's opinion. You can have your own opinion. You're not going to piss me off too much. But also saying like someone's going to be a bust after one summer league game, I was like, come on, easy. So then J-Dub goes on and has like that second half. Him and Chet just took over, and he was dunking everything. Like, it was just like backdoor cuts, slam, reverse slam. He looked just awesome. And then he just goes crazy. Albert was basically standing up clapping at the top of it. We were just like, yeah, friend of the program. But no, it was cool. J-Dub looked great. And I've been impressed with him at Salt Lake City. I've been impressed with him in Vegas. I think it's him, Getty, and Chet. And they're playing beautiful basketball because they're moving without the ball. They're playing backdoor cuts. They're just, it looks fun. It like this OKC squad is going to be really fun to watch develop because we haven't even talked about Dieng. And I know Dieng hasn't been putting up big numbers, but he's shown some stuff that I was like, okay, like Metcalf, it's exactly what you talked about. He's going to struggle his first year. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. He's going to probably need some G League time. It's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. But he showed some flashes where I was like, my goodness. And he is humongous. He is tall. Like, so they got something fun brewing in OKC. Like, and it's just it's the dynamic of that roster, like the young core coming together where they all know how to play off the ball. They know how to play with each other. It's fun. And I think Jalen Williams is, you watch that Rocket game, they put him on Jabari to start the game. Like they're like, hey, go. And Jabari was in hell for a little bit. Like it just shows the versatility that J-Dub's going to have. I think he's going to be a really good piece. I joked and I was like, I'm going to bet him to be 6th man of the year. Like I was kidding. Everyone calm down. But I was like, I need to find a sports book that gives me 100-1 at least. So, but no, I mean, being serious, I think he's looked really good. And I don't know, Metcalf, they got a haul. Presti strikes again.
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned Dieng. He's done exactly what I kind of anticipated he would.
Yeah.
He's going to struggle all year, but as long as those flashes keep getting shown and he can, kind of string them together here and there for, more productive play on both ends of the floor, I think what he has shown has been encouraging. I think in the long run, that shot is going to fall at a higher clip. It looks really good. And, a couple more of those threes fall. His numbers look a lot better. People will start singing a different tune about him. I think he's going to be fine, even though this year's could be rough. And then Josh Giddey, we got to just mention him. He's way too good to be there. He looks like Magic Johnson out there. I mean, he looks so goddamn good. And he's getting to wherever he wants on the floor. He can get to the rim with ease. His ball handling looks a little more advanced and versatile and dynamic this year. I love that they're playing him to kind of start forming some of that chemistry with Jalen and Chet. But at this point, it's like, oof, this guy's way too good to be out on the floor.
Yeah, he's quickly climbing the rankings of this guy is one of the more like enjoyable players to watch in the league.
It's pure fun.
He's so much fun and he gets a little wild with some passes, but I also think when you have that playmaking ability, it's like, no, you're going to look wild when you make a mistake because everyone's like, you're really crazy. And it's like, no, well, when he's throwing dimes, it looks unbelievable. We had me and Corey had people will say it's bad dad joke, but I think it was hilarious. We just kept trying to say to all the international guys when they made an assist, like we call those dimes in America. And then Corey tried to look up what is a dime in Australia and they don't have it. So we were like, no, we can't do that joke. We were really proud of it. I might put it on a shirt. You heard it here first. Anyways, yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of fun. No, but Getty looks great. I'm really pumped to continue to see him grow. I love that they were playing him just like you said. Like I get to a point always where I'm like, okay, shut it down. We've seen enough. But with him, it was like, no, this is great. They're getting some early chemistry going with these guys, and you could see it's working. You could see all those guys like playing with each other. So Giddy's fun, man. It's fascinating because I just think like his stock is probably just soaring. Like Giddy's gonna be so much fun 2 years from now, if not this year.